If I had a chance to relive a decade, I'm not sure I would. But if I had a chance to live in an earlier decade, maybe as a sort of Forrest Gump character, I don't know, just sort of be there and be an observer, but without actually having to live through the time, I think I would really enjoy living in the United States of the 1920s. It was a time of extraordinary shifts in the way people lived, in the way the government behaved between the beginning of the 20s and the end of the 20s. I think that as an observer, the 20s in the US would have been an absolutely fascinating time to live and observe. Now, that said, there's also something to be said for living in the late 20s in Europe into the early 30s, because that too was a decade of extraordinary change and extraordinary things going on to observe. So given the choice, those are time periods and places where if I could live as an observer, I would do so, in a heartbeat. But to actually relive a particular decade of my own life, nah, I am who I am because of the way I lived through the 50s and the 60s, and I think I was around in the 70s. I seem to remember being in the 70s. So I am who I am for what I've done, and I wouldn't change that.